Hello, you are welcome back to Amma Design Fashion Home. Today I'm going to teach you how to draft hip padding. Though we have done it before, but people are still asking questions, so I want to review it and do it gradually. Follow the steps so that you know it easily. So let's get started. First of all, sketch out the sketch pattern. Just the front, one side of the sketch pattern to be able to get the hip pad pattern. So now I'm using 16 as the length of the skirt. The waist of the skirt is 34, which is 8.5 when you divide by 4. This time I'm not adding allowance to it. Then I measure 9 inches from the waist to the hip line, and I will draw out the hip line. The hip is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So I mark out the 10. Then at the down part, I will just remove 1 inch from that 10, which is 9. So I will bring down the curve. Now, this is the sketch for the skirt. Now I need to mark out the hip padding. The measurement from the waist to where the butt stops for the person is 13. So before I measure the 13, I will mark out 1 inch from the waist. Then at that place, I will mark 1 inch there. Then at the hip line, I mark 4 inches. Why I measure out the 13, where I have the 13, I will still mark out 1 inch. So this is what we have here. Then I will connect the line. So we have gotten one part of it. This part is the front part of the hip when you are putting it. Then we need to get the back side of it. So at the zip where there's supposed to be the zip allowance, for this one we are not putting the zip allowance. Just mark out 1 inch from the center. Then at that 13, that is the length of where it stops, measure 3 inches and 2 inches up. This is the 2 inches up, and where we have that 2 inches, okay, let me draw it out so that it will be clear. These 2 inches from the down part. Then where you have the 2 inches, you measure 3 inches. So this is where we have the line, the mark here. Then at the hip line here, you measure 1/2 inch at the down part of it. 1/2 inch, while at the upside you measure 1 inch across, just to help your drafting, to make it easier. So you still take your hip and your French curve, just connect. Then at the down part, then you need to come back. This one will still come back to that 1 inch at the down part, the 1 inch where the length stops. So this is the sketch. I hope you are seeing it. So this side is the front part of it, while the full part of it, this full one is the back part. But we need to separate the front and the back. So to make it easier is to just sketch out this one and separate it out, cut it out. So I can easily get it by tracing it out. Let me just use this pattern. Because it's transparent, it's just to trace it out. If you can see it very well, you see that the whole thing is showing. So you mark it out, trace it out. I'll see it on French curve for it to make it clean. Now we've drawn it out. Let me cut it out. So this is that front part of it now. Remember, try to mark out this side. Just like this one. To mark out the upside. This is the side, the hip line. That is the side of the, where the seam line is supposed to be. That is where you are going to gum both front and the back. So mark it so that you will not misplace, you will not misarrange it. So let's cut it out. So we have gotten both fronts and back side. This is the front, while this is the back. So when you cut your foam that you are going to use, this place will be come to this place to be able to get the curve. Now we need to cut it out from the foam. This is just ½ inch. You can use 1 inch, you can use 2 inches, depending on how big you want your hip to come out. So I need to cut it. I need to get 2 of these and 2 of these. So let me do the cutting. So I'm going to join the two sides, which is this is the front part and the back part. We need to join them together. I mostly use this gum, B6000. You can use candle gum. You can use any kind of gum that can stick foam together. So let me do the gumming and I'll show you back. Yeah. So now I have put the gum. So this is how to gum it together. To put it, I need to gum it and allow it to stick. Let it stick very well before you leave it. Leave it for some, hold it for some time. Make sure that it's straight. Now I'm done with the gumming. So what you need to do is to trim. You need to trim it round. Trim it and it's leaving it to be so bent, so flat. You can see the way I'm trimming it. Then I will show you when I'm done with trimming. Now I'm done with the trimming. So this is the two sides of it. You can see the trimming that the edge is slim so that there will not be gallop when you are putting it. So the next thing we need to do now is head tape. Head tape so that it will not easily tear. So the head tape now will fasten, it will make it look stronger. It will not easily break. So we need to iron the head tape in it. Okay. Now I have done the ironing. You can see after ironing it, you still turn the side. Make sure that you iron it inside, so that when you are matching it, once you match at the side of it, you'll be able to protect the foam very well without tearing. So the next thing now, I'm done with the preparation of the hip pad, the preparation of the foam. So Next thing to do is to cut the skirt we are using it on the short. If you are making a hip tie, but this time I'm going to do a hip tie with it. So I will show you how to cut the hip tie.